Hi.
This is Aroma Talk, and we are really excited about coming together to share, what I would say is our favorite thing to talk about. I mean, we talk about it when we don't have to talk about it, just because perfuming is a passion.
Yeah, truly. I'll be up at 3 o'clock in the morning, but what if?
She came in today with she made her own situation, her own hair oil, and she smelled like heaven. And so Rachel and I were like, so she's like, no, I just made it for my hair today. And we're like,
yeah, today.
Wow. So we do this even when we're not working. I hope you're excited about being together for this 2 hours, because I think you're going to learn a lot. I just wrote down a lot of notes that I wanted to share with you, and she did too, about some of the ingredients. We haven't done a super deep dive on some of our most favorite ingredients. Mm-hmm. And this is our opportunity to do that. You're going to see a theme. So let me explain how everything works. Everything that we're going to show you today, you can purchase. It's all on sagegoddess.com. Most of the products don't qualify for the 75% off discount, because as we're making brand new things, that's not what that sale is for. But we do have some products that are not brand new that do qualify for the 75% off, and we'll show you that. Anybody who shops today or over the weekend from this, because some people watch the replay, the enter to win, one of you, I'm going to blend a custom perfume for you. And you get to choose your intention, and then I will, and if you want to choose a name and give me some idea of ingredients, I pretty much have everything you'd be looking for.
Everything.
And I don't do custom perfuming anymore, but that's a really special opportunity. And I'll write down your formula so that if you ever want it in the future. But anyway, so happy shopping. You're going to get beautiful things. The things that don't qualify for the discount are still amazing prices. So.
Yes. And it's really just covering things that were hand poured here at this new building.
Yeah.
And, it was most likely me pouring it, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, we designed it together, and Hannah's the one that takes it to the finished line, right? So we are your design team here at Sage Goddess, and we have some helpers too. Maddie's been new with us in design,
and she cracks me up. I love her.
She's super fun, super great. Makiva's coming over to help and support us. So who's someone who has been in design before, years ago. So it's nice. You have an OG team making you all of your favorite things. So when you guys ask us to put things back in stock, it's important for you to know we can actually do that. we were actually here when these things were being created. So we have our nose test. If it doesn't pass my nose and her nose, it doesn't come back to you. So yes. And so keep the recommendations and suggestions coming. Circe's moderating for us today, I believe. And so she kind of keeps a list for us of all the things that you guys are asking for, so that we can continue to keep those products available for you. Okay, so without further ado, do you guys have any questions about today, or why you're here, or what we're going to be doing, and know that we're going to be watching the feed. So if you're asking questions, we will certainly take time to answer your questions today. That's part of why we're here as teachers. You want all your incense sticks back? I hear you. I see you. We have a lot. I mean, there are thousands of products. Thousands. We've been around. If you're new to Sage Goddess, we've been around for 14 years, and so it's over 1,000 different fragrances alone that we've made, and some of them have. It's kind of like everything, right? When you have OG products and you develop attachments to it, and then they don't have them anymore. So we've got a lot of friends who are waiting for their favorite things to come back, and we're tracking it too.
I know when I first started and I was on the manufacturing team, I just walked around all the mother bottles that we had. I go, oh wow.
Yeah.
This is where I found my passion for perfume. So thank you.
That's awesome. Well, and you've got a nose, you know what I mean? Like, and I've really learned, I don't think it's that you can't learn, but some people just have a nose. She does, right? I do. She can smell something and deconstruct it, right? Which is the ultimate test of the nose. If you smell something, like people bring me their old 80s perfumes and they're like, I just want Love's Baby Soft. We can smell that and deconstruct it and make the notes. But we also are good at creation of new scents too. So we've got it. What are your crossover layer blends, or will you crossover layer blends? We are going to talk about some layer stuff today. I make really good skincare, and most of the skincare is on the layer site. And so today I'm going to be talking about my favorite products that I've created. Frankly, is one of my favorites, and Sexy Skin, which is a serious moisturizer. If you got fine lines and crepiness and sagging stuff, it's because your skin is screaming for moisture. And I have these are the two best products. The Frankincense is going to help with the appearance of your skin, and then the Sexy Skin is going to moisturize it more deeply than you've ever been moisturized before, and it's going to.
I'm excited to try the Sexy Skin.
I'm excited for you.
I'm ready.
Yeah, and for a cuticle treatment, oh my Lord, it's so good. So it's like you don't need a cuticle oil anymore. You don't need a hand cream. You can use Sexy Skin for all of those things. So, okay, so this is for perfumes. We've got candles here too. What else are we talking about today? Scrubs.
We have incense. Yeah, we have just about everything.
All the things. Yeah, we have smudge bundles because we're going to be talking about that. So, yep.
Where do you want to start?
Where do you want to start? I know there's a lot to talk about. Reverse. How about with reverse?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted a face serum that had all the things that everybody was talking about at the time, or like the best things you can put on your skin, which includes frankincense, turmeric, rosehip, and black cumin seed oil. If you haven't, gone down the black cumin seed oil rabbit hole, it's an ingredient, the oil, that's been used in skincare for thousands of years. Like we can track it back to Egypt. And it really is a powerful, when you're talking about skincare, you're talking about antioxidants usually, right? And moisture, because you want to be able to fight the signs of aging. And listen, by walking outside of your house, your skin gets bombarded with particles in the air, right? Everything is trying to degrade the structure of the skin. And so what we try to do is fight back and antioxidants and some really important acids are the way that you do that. And then certain essential oils have some of those properties.
Yeah. I really love that we have the turmeric in here because one thing that I kind of suffer for as far as my skin condition goes is I scar easily. Mm-hmm. Dark spots form quite easily, but ever since using reverse, it's been helping with, the fine lines, but also just kind of evening my skin tone. And then I love that the rosehip seed is in there too. If I'm not mistaken, it's got the vitamin C that's going to help combat that.
Like high levels of vitamin C. And if you talk to estheticians, one of the reasons I'm so passionate about this, I'm not an esthetician, but my mom was. And I really was listening when she was teaching about skincare. As a kid, a teenager, and a young adult, you kind of like half listen to your parents about things. But when she talked about things like, hey, by the way, no one's going to tell you how important vitamin C is for aging. Mm-hmm. When you get your lines on your cheeks, and this starts to sag, like vitamin C fixes that. And where do you go to get a good source of it? Rosehip seed oil is the business. Black cumin is transformative. Like you will see videos and find information about black cumin seed. Like it reverses the clock, which is why I called this reverse. And then turmeric, to her point, and what it does for scars and for freckles too, it does for age spots. Like at my age, you start to get these age spots. Nobody likes it. Like, hi, the aging brochure doesn't really talk to you about how that's going to go down. So that's why you want to have turmeric in there as well. And then frankincense. I want to take a minute on frankincense. Can I riff on it? I'm sure you have your own. Yeah. This is the tie-over ingredient between Frankly and Reverse, and they're meant to work together because Frankly is just 3 different kinds of frankincense in jojoba as your carrier oil. I think it's jojoba, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I want to talk about frankincense for a minute. First of all, sad fact about frankincense, and one of the reasons when you buy skincare products, so I'm going to have Hannah show you, this is the actual product. When you buy skincare products, you want to find someone who is working with sustainable sources for their oils, okay? New information that's coming out, because I stay connected in communities where we talk about these things. It's the Boswellia, I always mispronounce it, papyrifera tea, a tree, that produces like 75% of the frankincense around the world, okay? By 2060, up to 90% of those trees are going to be gone. And part of the problem that's happening, it's not so much over harvesting, it's a reduction in habitat. land is being cleared. Frankincense is kind of picky about where it grows.
Yeah.
And so you can't just pop a boswellia tree anywhere, right? It needs a particular kind of climate. And so the space to grow these trees is being limited. And so can you imagine that? Up to 90% gone by 2060. So imagine what's going to happen to the cost of frankincense. I will tell you, I would buy frankincense oil and put it away. It has an indefinite shelf life. If you really love it as an ingredient, because this is happening, you're going to start seeing this coming year that the cost of frankincense is going to increase. Primarily comes from the Horn of Africa, and it also comes from India. Here's the thing about frankincense, and again, this is the stuff that nobody tells you. It stimulates collagen production. That's what's happening. So when I have friends, and I had it too a little bit. We were in our 50s, right? And we get little crepey skin here, and I put frankincense on for 7 to 10 days. You see a visible reduction. It is prompting cellular regeneration in your skin. Very few natural ingredients can really claim that benefit, and it's profound for that reason. Now, it's got all these other benefits too. For C-section scars, for scars in general, incredible transformation. You mix frankincense with some vitamin E and a little carrot seed oil too, which is really good for minimizing scars. I know how you feel about it, right? And even a little rosehip seed oil, because vitamin C affects lines and wrinkles, and make that. So what you can do is take your Frankly blend, add a little vitamin E oil, pop open a capsule, and then add a little bit of reverse, because it's kind of got everything else that you need, right? So these are partner products. But when you're only working on your crepey skin and your deep wrinkles that you want to see some improvement in, Frankly is your partner in crime, okay? So if you're looking to purchase these products, Circe is putting the links in the feed, okay? So
Amber's putting the links in the feed.
Oh, is it Amber? Okay. Hi, Amber.
Love you, Amber.
Thank you for helping us. I didn't know, so I didn't say hi to you earlier, but I'm glad you're there. Okay, so, but they're posting the links, and so you can purchase Reverse or Frankly or both. They're different products.
I was going to say one thing I absolutely love about the Reverse, ever since it was created, I added it into all of my other face oils. With the history of last year, I was really sad. I was like, no, I need one more bottle of Reverse before I go.
Yeah.
And I've been salvaging that one little bottle that I had because I was like, I refuse to let go of this.
I did the same thing. Bella Blue, which we're not talking about tonight, but it's, it's the business. There is a temporary solution for you when Bella Blue is out of stock, which is to get everything. So Layer Everything blend, it's another one you're going to find on the Etsy shop, is a combination of Reverse and Bella Blue. It's all the ingredients of both. So it's kind of been a fun, way of getting everybody what they need.
I think I told you when I read the listing, I was like, ha.
Yeah.
I chuckled. I was like,
yeah, because Hannah knows. She's like, She was working with me at the time over in the lair. We were having a giggle about it. So this can go all over your face, around your eyes, right? Where do we get the signs? You want to be doing gua sha every day if you're getting these marionette lines, right? You just want to, or you can use your finger really, but you want to hold that area and swipe up. So use these serums on your cheeks. That'll get rid of the fine lines and wrinkles and pull this up. Also in the morning, you put your Reverse serum on and just up like this over the eyebrows. It's a little mini eye lift for you. It really makes a difference.
To help there.
Yeah, no, for sure. And again, when we get signs of aging on the neck, remember you always want to put your serum and then rub up toward the chin. Do that 25 times each day. That helps. It's really good for the décolleté too, because we get signs of aging here. Especially if you just have some damage. I mean, even in your 20s and 30s, you can look kind of crusty right here, So that's another place that Reverse will help you. So I'm just looking, because I definitely, like I said, if you have any questions about anything related to bath body skincare, we're here for this today. So the moisturizer that you want, I guess we can kind of segue to that, is called Sexy Skin. And it has an ingredient that I've never worked with before with you, but I researched it, and it is really remarkable. And I want to tell you, this is the one product that the men in my life are like, I need that, all day long, because it feels so good, and also because for massage, the viscosity of Sexy Skin, I really want, I don't think Hannah's worked with Sexy Skin yet, so I was really excited for her to experience it. Then we talk about the texture. The texture is insane.
Oh. Oh.
Ooh. So imagine massaging with that. And here's the thing. If you use it for massage, you don't have to keep reapplying. It like leaves this layer of moisture.
Oh, yeah, no, I can feel it.
Right.
And, like, how often do I tell you, oh, yeah, I know Afofo, which is a type of massage, especially, you know, in Samoa. Yeah. Yeah.
By the bucket was what somebody said as their feedback on it. Like, I would really like to purchase a gallon of this.
So you guys can see that.
I want to talk about the ingredients. So this was another one that I cooked up for myself because my skin does need a lot of moisture, and I'm finding that every year I age, I'm 52, it's like the moisture needs increase. And also I was developing it because I was going to get a tattoo, which I now have, and this was my tattoo repair. And it worked so well because, again, it makes a layer of moisture. So instead of having to reapply every 2 or 3 hours, because you really don't want to be touching tattoos all the time, I could go once in the morning and once. And it smells really good. Lavender Absolute, Orange Blossom Absolute, Helichrysum, which is another powerful antioxidant. So it is anti-aging. Rose Centifolia, which I want to mention something about, and Carnation. And then Aloe, Emu, Jojoba, and Evening Primrose oils.
Yeah, this is one hell of a formula.
It's something. And then what's really cool, and I'm sure she'll tell you this, there's no residue on the skin.
No, none. Like, it just absorbed pretty much.
It absorbs. And it doesn't, you don't even feel the need to wash your hands afterward. That's the really cool part. So, yeah, that one, these are all, so we make these super small batch. Like, that's the thing you have to know about everything we do now, super small, like couple dozen. This is not like, oh, I have 500 bottles of this. So, and we make the batches to order, which is fun too. So, I just want to say, if you want one, you should get one. Yep.
You need one. Yeah, I'm seeing Stephanie says, sexy skin feels and smells so good. Yes.
It is. It smells like a perfume, like a really beautiful perfume. I do engrave the bottles. So if you're new to what I've been doing this last year, instead of labeling things, I engrave them. So I thought that was kind of fun. That way you know what it is.
I really love your handwriting, by the way. I don't know if I told you that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm like, I hope they can read it. You know, if I don't have my readers, it can get a little weird. This one is engraved too. Frankly's engraved, but the bottle doesn't show it as much. But, you know, if you get up on it, you'll be able to see that it says Frankly. Okay. Any questions before we move on? I wanted to talk about Rosa Centifolia. So, because again, part of our work today as teachers is to kind of give you a deeper dive on some of the flowers and the oils that we love. And do you know what centifolia means? And I bring this up because Rosa Centifolia has been my go-to rose for skincare. Did you know that it is the most moisturizing member of the rose family? Because there's many different Rosa, you know, fill in the Latin blank. The centifolia is the most moisturizing, but there's a reason. So centifolia means 100 petaled. So it literally, every rose has 100 petals on a centifolia rose. It's the most fragrant rose in the world. Oh yeah, so one thing I wanted to tell you is about sexy skin. Sorry, my mouth has been dry today.
Beautiful.
Lisa Gaddis is asking about sensitive skin. Did you know that 2 of the ingredients in this blend are actually used to treat eczema, psoriasis, and what I get all the time, which is contact dermatitis? So not only is it not going to exacerbate your rosacea and your eczema, it can heal it, which is crazy. So if you've been really struggling, you know, I have people in my own family with rosacea and eczema, and you can use it as a scalp treatment too, because sometimes it affects people most on the scalp.
I mean, to try that, because, you know, I have dry skin.
Yeah.
And I think I mentioned when I was younger, I did have eczema.
Yeah.
So I would do oat baths often, and other things my grandmother would help me with. This sounds like something perfect for after one of those oat baths.
I think so. It would, yeah. To lock in and seal, because by the time you come out of an oat bath, like you do feel silky and moisturized, and you don't want to lose that benefit of a milk bath or an oat bath. Does it? So Cynthia is sharing that the sexy skin is helping her eczema. That makes me so happy. I'll tell you, especially emu is like kind of a hidden ingredient, and it's not one that's used widely. So it's expensive. But there's really nothing like it. Like once you experience that, you may not choose to continue using your base moisturizer. I do, and I'll tell you why. I'm super loyal to Dermalogica. I'll always tell you the straight truth. Their anti-aging moisturizer has SPF 50. It is all over. I use it from basically my boobs up, all the way down my arms, on my hands, every day. I don't leave the house without SPF 50. I'm not fun to go like beach day with because I'm not going to get any color, but my mom always told me I would be glad when I was in my 50s that I didn't do all of that.
I turn like a tomato when I'm in the sun. Yeah. And don't let this mislead you. I will burn out there.
Yeah. So SPF, I mean, it's really important. And like I said, it's not fun because people are like, oh, my tan lines. And you're like, oh, I don't have any. I have one. And this was like one day that I left the house without SPF. You use the Dermalogica moisturizer too. My mom trained at the Dermalogica Institute in Carson back in the 90s. Yeah. I got to go with her. That was part of what sparked my whole journey in aromatherapy. I got to go with her because you have to do like extension credits. Yeah. So you go for these like kind of like booster, I don't know what they call them, but like, like supplementary courses. And so somebody had come in from England and they were an expert in aromatherapy and she was leading this session. And I told my mom, I'm like, this is funny. I'm more interested in this than you are. She was interested, but she wasn't like, oh my God. I was sitting there going like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Oh my God.
It smells great, feels great. I need to do this.
And it's healing and it's got all these properties and like you're putting it in skincare. It's all natural. I was like, oh, this is everything. Right. So yeah, me too, Liz, because I will tell you, I have acne. I mean, I manage it, but I break out like a 16-year-old girl. It's embarrassing. Like, hey, like, don't look at the huge zit or whatever. So I have to be very careful, and everything breaks me out. So the other thing I will tell you is I'm the guinea pig, because if these were going to bother sensitive skin, they would bother me. So I promise you. Oh, good. Well, I'm so glad you guys are happy with all the products that you've got from us. And I think that was all of our skincare for today. I did want to show you the body brush.
Yes.
Can I show you this? This needs its own separate video. I have taught friends, family members. I mean, literally, I had a family member reach out and she was like, I watch your videos and I was watching you with the body brush and like, I don't know how to do that. Can you show me like, on a FaceTime or whatever? It is the secret to aging well. And it's the simplest thing. This is a rose quartz one, so it's fancy Nancy. I think these are on Etsy.
Yeah.
Okay. You need Frankly, and you need the rose quartz brush. And I think we have them together for you. So I'm just going to show you how I do it. I didn't do it this week or the last couple of days. I only do this every like 5 to 7 days. Okay. Because, you're not trying to constantly scratch your skin. But there's a little abrasion to it. You're exfoliating. Okay.
I'm gonna try this.
Yeah. Okay. And you can feel the difference afterward. Okay. So this is, again, if you're my age, if you're in your 50s, this is an area where we start to experience kind of crepiness, the here and like down under the elbow. So I just do 4 drops, like 4 dots of Frankly. And then, oh no. Oh,
hello?
Wait, hang tight. We're still here.
Can you hear me?
As soon as I was about to.
Right?
To show you the goods. Hang tight. We're still together. We're still here. Okay, yay. Okay, you ready? So you take your body brush and you rub up. I just count to 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what you're looking for is you want to see a little red. If this gets more red, I'm going to be like, are you trying to scrape your skin off? Right? That's not the whole point and purpose of this. That's all you do. You can do the same thing here. Like some people get the funkers here. So again, put your dots where your funkers are, honey. The secret is we always rub up. Nature is trying to rub us down, make everything sag. We are trying to rub us up. So just like that. You can even, try it on your arm or try it on your hand. Yeah.
It
feels good.
Dry brushing. So.
Yeah.
You said 10?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2. Oh.
Uh-huh. And then I would say, like, see when we get these little, I have them on my legs, the little, bites that are healing. Mm-hmm. But they put the Frankly on that and dry brush it a little bit. When it's at this stage of healing, it'll speed that up.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm talking about. Little bug bites. A bug will look at me, and I will
Yeah,
form
me
a
too.
mark.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we're super fun to go on vacation with.
She can't do sun. I can't do that.
Yeah, we're not. I'm not sunbathing. We're all covered in bug bites. Yay! But we'll
Travel
eat.
around with like
We
a
will
net.
eat.
Yeah, we'll eat. We'll snack. We'll eat. We'll drink.
We'll snack. What are the bristles made of? These are, I think they're boar bristles.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Now, eczema, rosacea, I don't want you going over your, tough spots with a body brush. This is a different category. Now, I'm going to tell you, do you want to know where the real magic happens? It's on your butt. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to show you my whole butt or anything, but I am going to show you.
It's a little demonstration.
It's a little demonstration. Okay. So you want to put your dots up the back of your legs. Okay. That's where we usually have like any kind of cellulite or uneven skin. And you're going to pull up and over your butt. When you get here, you're going to hold it for a minute and then pull it. This actually lifts the butt. I know it's hard to believe, but it does it. What I will tell you is everybody I know who does this, including me and my mentor and my friend Yasmina, what we're all going to tell you is the same thing. You got to be completely religious about this. You can't do it once and then call me and go, I still have crepey skin. I'd be like, okay. If you do it for 2 or 3 months, you're going to see a noticeable loss of that crepiness, and you're going to notice a lift in the butt. But you got to go up that butt.
We're talking about butts, and I feel like this would be a good product.
Here's a segue from up that butt. Someone's going to take a clip of that, like out of context, and be like, listen to her. She was talking about up the butt. Let's talk about something else.
But we have our Floral sugar scrub.
I was so happy to see that back. Hi, Michael Lewis, by the way. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. This was one of the most beautiful scrubs ever in the history of SG.
Yes.
Don't you think?
I mean, just aesthetically, I love the artwork here.
Me too.
But what's really important about this sugar scrub are the ingredients and the oils specifically that you'll find in this. And so the ones I wanted to highlight were the kukui oil,
Yep.
the macadamia nut oil,
Yep.
safflower, and passion flower. And so this is a powerful combination. The
Yep.
kukui oil, it's extremely moisturizing, but it also is
get in
fast.
here.
Oh yeah, because I'm
Like,
So
don't hog it over there.
moisturizing. It's fast absorbing into the skin, and it is derived from kukui nuts, which grow on the
stem
candle nut
inside.
tree. What's really cool about these nuts, because they're so rich in oil, they were actually used as lights. They were lit.
That is so cool.
And you always say, oftentimes, depending on how it was used physically or medicinally, it'll lend to the metaphysicals of the metaphysical properties. And so it comes as no surprise that kukui nuts are known for enlightenment, knowledge, and protection. And then if you're unfamiliar with what the kukui nut looks like, if you've ever been to a graduation, you have like a lot of Polynesians, Hawaiian, Samoans, we will gift leis. And this is actually one of the more popular styles that I do with the nut. So we have that, and then we also have the macadamia nut, and this is going to help reduce the appearances of wrinkles, and it's going to leave your skin looking beautiful, radiant, and glowy.
That is so awesome.
It's a safflower, which how
Yes.
safflower is harvested.
Yep.
Like it is. The fatty acids that you'll find, primarily the linoleic. My English is.
Yep.
Yeah, this is really good because it's essential in strengthening your skin's barrier.
Yep.
Like we said, the environment is out to get you and your skin. The world is trying to rub you down.
Yeah, it is. No, it's your poor skin is assaulted, and we don't. It's not anything visible. I just want to show you how you can use that as a really awesome cuticle scrub. If you're between manicures or you just want to take care of your nails at home.
I love sugar scrubs in general.
Me too.
Sugar is great too. I'll use a sugar scrub if I'm trying to manifest or attract something into my life. Let me get my body right.
Yeah, and you could, like, one of the things you could do is like visualize with each, with each finger, like your 10 blessings you're trying to sweeten. The smell of that, I can't even really put it into words, you guys.
So this
That's
one we
incredible.
have the pikake, the hibiscus, plumeria, jasmine, tuberose, lang lang, champaka, and white pepper.
It just smells like a tropical
Yes.
island.
Yes, That was the goal.
Authentically so. This is not like a Bath and Body Works smell. This is as if you're really in the garden with all of those flowers. It's magnificent.
It's like I kind of, when we created this fragrance, do you mind if I share the story?
Please.
So what inspired this? This was the year we had a request for many different florals. And I remember sitting there like, how many florals are there? How many are there?
Yeah.
But this one was my favorite because I chose to go, like you said, a more tropical route. And I loved using a combination of those white florals, the ylang ylang, the tuberose, the champaka. Too much of any one, I feel, will throw off the fragrance, because they all deserve their own spotlight, right? And so trying to find that synergy between the three, and then adding layers of the plumeria, or what we call the pua flower, and then the hibiscus, just to blend to that tropical sensation.
Yeah.
And then I told you, like, ylang ylang actually grows out in Samoa too. We call it the mosaoi flower. And so it makes sense now why I gravitated towards them. I was like, why does this smell?
Funny. Does it smell the same?
I want to say yes, because the only memories I really have of that is when I told you how my auntie, she would make her own body butter of sorts through the enfleurage method, which is really because some florals are so delicate that you have to capture their fragrance immediately after picking.
Yeah.
Right? So they'll pick it and they'll lay it into typically animal fat to capture that fragrance, and they'll do this for a span of upwards or even longer than 30 days because it's a small flower. It's not going to be able to capture so much to really create that pomade you're looking for.
Yeah. Awesome. And fun, like these memories and how you're, one of the reasons we're also into, there's a lot of you here, and I think one of the reasons we're also into Bath and Body, I mean, when you think about it, think about how vast the industry is, right? And how many different, and in every country they've got their own unique, like oils and access to flowers. But the olfactory system in your brain, I was going to make a little diagram for you today and go kind of teacherly, but it could be boring. But, the olfactory system in your brain is part of the limbic system. And the limbic system is the old part of the human brain, right? The front part of the brain is the prefrontal cortex, is all like modern stuff. It's our problem solving. But the back of the brain, the limbic system, where the olfactory system sits, is also, part of where your memories are stored. It's pure feeling. There's no language. That part of your brain doesn't have access to language. So we can't, when we smell something, we can't say, oh, that is this for me, right?
Yeah.
It's like we can't wrap our language around it. So we say, oh, it reminds me of, and links to memory.
You'll notice too, especially like modern perfumery and any other perfumer, they'll try to describe it as textures. Sometimes I'll go with colors. Like, you know what purple smells like? It smells like purple.
And yet, when you say, what does purple smell like? Do you guys know what purple smells like? I feel like I do. But like even weird random things like My Little Ponies, right? Like that still calms my central nervous system to smell a My Little Pony. And then you can say, well, but it's like My Little Pony smell. And, a lot of us will go, oh, yeah, My Little Pony smell. So it's an old part of your brain. But what's cool about it is we carry scent with us. That truck, I swear to God, waits for me to be live and then just
every
comes
time,
in.
Every time.
How is it possible? Can we talk about that with someone?
Are they like looking through the window? Oh, the lights are on. We gotta go.
How many times do they have to come a day? But anyway, it's it's really cool to think about the fact that these parts of your brain are active, and they're activated when you work with scent. So it isn't just about like, oh, body wash or wanting to be clean. It's about, we want to have something that associates these memories for us. And so it's a gift to our soul. It isn't just something that's topical. Now you want a great popsicle?
So there's something I wanted to ask, because you mentioned the limbic system, and fragrance scent connects so much to the memory.
Yeah.
What your thoughts are about clairsalience, the gift of clear smelling.
Yeah.
Because I swear maybe I have it sometimes, because I'll smell my grandmother.
Yeah.
And I go, ma'am, hello?
Yeah, are you here? Where are you? Can't see you. But it's true, and it is a psychic gift, the ability to smell and discern smell, because spirits will communicate that way, right? They can fill up a room with a particular scent, and I think that's awesome that you've had that experience too. Have you guys had that experience where you the room fills up with a smell, and you're like, oh, that's my grandmother, or that's
Like I know
whatever
from
it
my
is.
uncle, there's this specific Cuban cigar tobacco that he would smoke. And no one in my family smokes like that. I don't smoke. So for me to be reading a book in my room and then smelling that and I go, hi, hello, how may I help you?
Yeah. Yeah, smoke is a good one, especially if you don't smoke and no one in the house smokes. It's like, okay, well, we know you're here, right? So good to see you. You used to sniff vinyl binders and love the smell. Yeah, there's so much of that for me. Like Hello Kitty stuff had a smell when I was little, right? Like it's so funny. And then there was a reel on TikTok about 80s perfumes that you might have had, and they were talking about Love's Baby Soft, and they were talking about Drakkar Noir. Do you remember that? And they were talking about Calvin Klein's Obsession. Like super iconic 80s opium,
I
right?
think for my generation, it was like Victoria's Secret Love Spell.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a lot of love spell.
Love Spell was everywhere.
Once in a while I smell it. I think Zoe gets it for like nostalgia purposes, and I'm like, girl, that's bringing up a lot of weird memories for your mom right now. So, okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying this. It's fun for us to bring these things to you and share more of the details. One of the things we're going to do today, we have a candle called Sacred Prayer.
Yes.
Have you guys gotten Sacred Prayer? I have said consistently, if there's a candle you're going to get from Sage Goddess this year, this probably should be the candle. This is mine. I've been burning it. But I designed this candle for you because I wanted to have it for myself. A candle with tobacco, which is super sacred for prayer. And then a candle with tonka bean, and tonka bean is for wish fulfillment. In fact, a lot of ancient and like kind of late historical stories are about taking tonka beans and blowing your wishes on them and scattering them. So prayers and wishes, and then vanilla, which is abundance. Vanilla is opulence. Vanilla is extremely rare and expensive. It's an orchid. It grows in remote regions. It's hard to procure, even though we see vanilla beans everywhere. It's hard. And vanilla is an aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, wishing, lucking, bucking. I was trying not to say that word, but you know what I mean? Like you could do all the things with this.
Like I adore this one. So if you haven't already, when you light yours, I have Robin testing all of the candles out. Just like, please burn this so I can come back and smell the smells.
She is our tester.
Yes, and she loves it.
Yeah.
But what I noticed when this lights, it really picks up the tobacco absolute.
It does.
Really, and
It
it just throws it across the room.
And
So-
there is real tobacco absolute in
Yes.
it. You know, like it isn't a synthetic tobacco that you're smelling. It's the real deal. And there's real ceremonial tobacco on the top of the candle.
Yep.
With gold leaf, and then we put a little quartz point there, and that's just something I keep them. Once my candles burn down from Sage Goddess, I keep them, so they're in a little bowl, and then I gift them. It's a cool way of like carrying the magic forward. So this candle is available. What we're doing today is we're blending the perfume version, because quite a few were like, I love that candle. Can you give us something we can wear?
Yes.
And also maybe you can't light candles, or you don't want to light candles, but you want to be able to anoint with a blend that is for wishing, praying, and connecting.
Yeah. I was going to say this is one of my favorite candles. I know we talk about this so much, but it's one of my favorites too, because usually when we work together, my favorite projects are when, Hannah, I'm inspired. I'm here. What are we doing? Where are we going?
Yeah, she's always down for the adventure.
So this is, I think, a must-have. And if you collect our candles like I do, I already have one.
Yeah, this is truly my favorite. Bruce did the art, and I think he did an absolutely beautiful job. There's tobacco leaves, vanilla beans that you can see there, and then the pink flowers are tonka flowers. Isn't that pretty? So I just thought the symmetry and the balance and the look and feel. So we wanted the candle to be a light brown color, the wax, to kind of mimic the effect of the vanilla beans and the tobacco leaves. It is soy. Yeah. All of our poured candles, thank you for asking, because it gives us a chance to clarify. All the poured candles are soy. We do make and roll beeswax candles, and that's just because I love beeswax candles. Beeswax is really important for manifestation and attraction, and
it's a beautiful way to really just incorporate more color magic too.
It is.
Yeah.
So we get excited about beeswax, but we have plenty of vegan customers who want to enjoy candles and they need soy. So this is for you for sure. Okay, so I wanted to let you know that candle was there. Like I said, The other candle that's here in our lineup today is the other candle. I would say if you only get one, this should be the one. This is, if not the best-selling candle of all time at SG, it's top 5 for sure. This is our, and we thought about updating the label, and it's like it's kind of iconic at this point. So it's like, yeah, even Luis is like, nope. White sage and Palo Santo. It's our favorite. It's made with real white sage oil and real Palo Santo oil. So it does the exact same thing as burning your herbs, but you don't have the smoke, and it's topped with white sage.
Definitely was burning this one. I will burn all the candles. I really love this one. This is one of my go-tos as well.
Yeah.
As a creative, what I love is that the white sage is great for clearing and consecrating the space, and then the Palo Santo is going to help bring clarity and enhance your creativity. So when I need to lock in and I need to get into the zone creatively, I will light one of these. What happens sometimes, so please practice fire safety, guys.
Yeah.
Is that I will be so locked in that this is still burning. So.
Yeah. It's always important. Like what I do is if I'm starting to feel tired, I'm like in my zone, but I'm starting to feel tired, I'll just blow the candle out. You know what I mean? That is the reason though, candidly, that I do like tea lights, because I can like set it and forget it. And that's just me being lazy. But if you're in, doing something fun and you don't want to have to worry about remembering to blow out your candle. So. But I will say many times I've gotten up in the morning and it's like, oh.
Okay.
That's still going. Yay, I'm glad you like that one too. Do any of you have this one? I saw Gloria. It was crazy, Gloria. Gloria commented, I really want the white sage and Palo Santo candles back as soon as possible. And then it's like, cue. I didn't see that before we showed it, but it's like, cue your request. So I'm glad that you're able to get one. It is okay to get 2 of these. I always have people asking, is it okay if I buy multiple? We don't have a lot of them, just a few dozen of these. But you can buy 2. Because then what people do, they get it home and then they don't want to burn it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, get 2 so that you'll buy one and you'll burn it and then you can put the other one away. We make these, we rotate these, so these are not in stock all the time, which is why you're seeing the OGs in the feed. They're super stoked about it. So, yeah.
These are a must-have, a definite must-have. This and the Sacred Prayer, like I would burn them together sometimes.
Yeah, I would, because here what's cool is, and this was conscious on our part, we didn't put the same ingredients. It's not like Sacred Prayer has Palo Santo or something like that. They serve 2 different purposes. So this is to clear the energy before you use that one.
Yeah.
Right? So this is your order of operation. So if you're just coming in and you're going to start a ceremony or start to pray for someone or hold a circle, you want this candle first and then let that do its work, and then you light the other one, or you could light them together if you wanted. But they're doing different work. Is my point.
So like when I burn them, I have a corner where I do my praying work.
Yeah.
And then I have a corner. It's like the way my mind is set up. I like to have my work separate.
Yeah, me too.
That way the energies, are where they need to be.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. And it is nice to think about that in your space. And I know sometimes people are like, well, I don't have a lot of space. What do I do? It doesn't have to be a big thing. It literally can just be, something that sits on top of your dresser in your bedroom. It doesn't have to, we overthink things, and sometimes the simplicity when we don't overthink is the most beautiful.
Like my praying corner right now is quite literally a wooden stool. It's like a circular one with a pretty altar cloth, the candle, and a rosary.
But that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And we would love to see, we have an event page for this event. I would love to see pictures, if you wouldn't mind posting, of where you hold prayer, or where you say your prayers, or how you close, how you clear your space and your clearing. Because some of you set your clearing tools up really beautifully on your altar, and it inspires us. I've often thought too, we should build community Pinterest boards for inspiration, because that could be interesting too, to see how we all come together and in our different ways, but kind of doing the same work. Yeah. I love that. Alicia said it was requested by her sister. She gave her one last year, and she's been asking for another one. So yeah, you gotta this is the time to text and go, hey, good news.
I'm seeing a request for the Palo Santo and Sweetgrass candle. Those are great too.
Yeah, that is a good one too. I agree. And that would be another one that there isn't really overlap, right? Because we didn't put sweetgrass in either of these.
I love the simplicity of this too. Like
Yeah.
with, I feel bad because I feel like I'm always talking about, but Bath and Body sometimes will have multiple ingredients and fragrances in one.
I know.
And I'm like, now my senses are overloaded.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was not the intention here.
Yeah.
But what I love about our signature line, because we've had the Palo and Sweetgrass, I know we had a Jasmine and Lotus one.
We did.
We kept it beautiful. We kept it simple.
It was
we kept
simple.
it intentional.
Although it could be fun to make a magic 8-ball jar candle where we put like, you don't know what we're gonna do.
No,
Like
but
it's. Would you be excited about that?
Yeah.
Like what did Hannah and Athena come up with on a Thursday afternoon?
Ooh, do it seasonally.
And it always changes, so we don't have to like keep the recipe because we don't remake it the
Yeah,
same way
it
again.
is
Like
what it
that
is.
could be kind of fun. Can we sell beeswax sheets? The problem is transporting them to you is kind of a shit show. You know, and especially right now when it's 9,000 degrees in Texas and it's, you know, it's 2,000 degrees here. So, but it's just like all of you guys in the South. Do we look yellow to you guys? I know that's weird. I feel like I'm turning into my wall.
Blending in. If I stop moving, will you see me?
You had to start a second altar and growing for your packages coming in. I know. Now that everybody's orders are shipping and because we're getting our legs under us, and thank you so much for your patience, by the way.
It's so funny because you called it one ideation meeting. You're like, I envision your space just filled with candles. Like, oh, yep,
Pretty much.
pretty much.
Pretty much,
It's a
okay.
whole altar dedicated to that.
Okay. That's all right. We can figure this out later. I don't know. That's super green, so I think we'll figure it out. Sorry, I'm not trying to... Now they're like trying to help us. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay. This is one of your favorite incense combinations ever in the history of ever. Are we selling these today too?
Yes.
Yeah, we are?
So
okay. Because I
we
love this
have
incense burner.
This as a duo.
Yeah.
And then we also have just the incense alone.
Okay, cool. So vanilla and oud. I want to talk about oud and have you dive into
Yes.
because she's got lots of oud reflections. Vanilla, well, obviously vanilla we talked about. Vanilla planifolia is the orchid plant. It blooms in really wild, remote rainforest regions. Sometimes endangered, as far as I know, not endangered right now, but definitely hard to get. It's temperamental, not a lot of production, so that's why they're expensive. Oud is a substance that the agarwood tree secretes when it's cut. And it's like its own internal liquid bandage, and so it heals the plant. What I always go to in my mind is like, who was the first one to like,
Right?
the agarwood tree's cut, now it's like secreting some weird shit, wait, ooh, I like that. That smells really good. So somebody did that. That was a dramatic interpretation of what actually happened at some point with oud. And so now we have this incredible byproduct, right, of the healing process of a very rare tree. The agarwood tree is the most expensive tree on the planet. So oud is, look how pretty that is. Oud is the most expensive incense on the planet.
And I wanted to say, like, oud as an ingredient, especially in incense and perfumery, has been used for many, many, many years. And what's really fun, too, not only when it's cut, but another way that the oud is formed, too, is when it's the tree, the agarwood, which was known as wood of the gods, is inoculated or infected with a specific kind of fungus. It's called the, I always mess up
The
name.
fungus among us.
The fungus among us, yes. But it's the Phyllophora parasitica, P. parasitica. And what's really cool is when this occurs, you're right, it's kind of like a defense mechanism that the tree secretes to help protect itself, to stop or slow the spread. And what's really wild to me, when it happens naturally or wildly, you won't know which ones actually contain the oud. Maybe one out of 100 in that entire grove will have the oud, that beautiful, dark, and resinous substance, because it's found in the heartwood.
Which is another cool thing, right? It's kind of the heartwood of the plant.
Which, you know, if you're into trees, if you're an arbor phenomenal of, what is it? If you love trees.
There is a word, and you were like right there. Yeah, arbor something.
Arbor something.
Yeah.
I lost it.
Yeah.
But the heartwood is at the center of the tree. Think of the name it lends to it, and this provides primarily structural support, And so it's not until you cut into it. There are actually quite a few different trees out there that we obtain essential oils from that it grows in the hardwood. Sandalwood being one of them. And that's a whole different story. So you cut into it, 1 out of 100 will have it. So much so now that where it grows, which is like tropical southeast area, they will inoculate or kind of infect it with the fungus themselves so that they can get this beautiful, rich, sensual, woody scent.
Yeah, like if you're trying to get it, you're going to have to, they're basically like knocking up the trees.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
I don't know if there's a nicer way to put that. So, okay. I'm looking at the feed, and there are some of you who are oud virgins, and I think that is beautiful. I want to take your virginity today. I want to tell you that you will be so glad. And then everybody who smells it, and again, I'm telling you too, men love it. I've never met a man who wasn't like, wait a minute, that smells really good. There is almost like it isn't a masculine smell, but it definitely, oud is an ingredient that's used in men's cologne sometimes. So it's not unfamiliar, and it smells, it's very earthy, it's very grounding. It's like the most incredible amber you would ever have smelled.
Yes.
So if you love amber, you're going to love oud.
In regards to like the fragrance families, it belongs to the Oriental family. And that's where it's known as the amber family. And so it blends beautifully with so many things. Yeah. Which I think is a great segue.
That's my favorite family of perfumes too. Yeah. I mean, always like there's a family called the Chypre, a Kuiper family. Yes. Which is they call it very animalistic. Things like ambergris, right? And
civet.
Yeah.
Castoreum.
But oud, a lot of times, will be in Chypre-oriented fragrances. Same with patchouli. So yeah, I'm a musty girl when it comes to scent. I can do the high flowers. I can do it, but I really love something deep and that I can sink my teeth into, you know? Okay, so we do have vanilla oud tonight.
Yeah, I was shooting content the other day, and I lit it for all of 10, 15 seconds, I want to say. And everyone in the office is like, hello? What's that?
Hi. Because oud has aphrodisiac properties, too. And if you ever travel through the Middle East, like in Dubai, for example, almost everybody has an oud burner in their house and oud. Like you will walk in, and if company's coming over, they're getting their burner turned on. They have a lot of electric burners. It's just part of their household. It's not even like a metaphysical thing, which I think is rad. So we're kind of catching up to an old tradition. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of you came today because you saw that we were talking about oud perfumes. We have all the ouds.
All the ouds.
So if you were waiting for, of course, my favorite is patchoud, which is patchouli and oud. You can imagine what that is like. And then if you want to go through those, we're really excited to bring these back to you. So
I adore these, and I'm sure I told you the reason I became obsessed with oud was thanks to you. Aww. But one of the first ones we have is, the home oud, and this is probably one of the sexiest ouds that I've smelled thus far. As a perfumer, you're going to encounter quite a few different ingredients. Not every tuberose is going to be the same, not every rose, and so not every oud is going to be the same. So we have the home oud.
I think it's the truest to what most people consider true oud. Trude. We should call it trude. Okay. The set of 5 of these, by the way, is $49. Oud is so expensive, so this is really, really cool. It's basically uncut, so you can take it and cut it and do other things with it. And it's pure. So that's pure lavender with oud, pure patchouli with oud, pure oud. So this is a really special opportunity to get the ones that you've been waiting on. I think we do have the vanilla. Yeah, we have the vanilla oud too. But that's part of the Arabian Nights set.
So what is really cool about this set, we put it together because, as we see here, so many of you are oud virgins. You've not encountered oud. And this really just shows you how much of a chameleon, how well it blends with other fragrances. Yeah. So we have the lavender oud. Lavender, as you know, is really good for relaxation. For some, especially for me, it's more of like an herbaceous fragrance. And so seeing how the oud and the lavender blends there, as Athena said, patchouli is probably going to be your favorite if you love patchouli. And this just brings a deeper, earthier sensation to it. Yep. And for me, it is actually the vetiver. You know I love my vetiver. Like
we both love vetiver. Yeah.
So we have the vetiver as well. And if you wanted to blend it even smokier, woodier, just, I want to say darker even.
Vetiver, by the way, healing and incredibly grounding. Really good if you're having stress, tension, anxiety. It will relieve that. It will activate the root chakra. I can't say enough good things about that. Lavender oud does the reverse, right? That's gonna calm you and soothe you, but open up the crown chakra. So these are medicinal tools too, in addition to being perfumes. Yeah.
And then what I know is an absolute favorite is the amber oud, because you just can't go wrong with amber.
Hi, Charlene. I see you. I don't see anything else in the feed, but I do see you right there asking if I see you. Let me see. Let me get my
chocolate oud. That's a good one.
Chocolate
too.
oud. We have the vanilla oud here. So if you haven't smelled vetiver's a root. I have a huge vetiver plant in the entryway to my house, and it doesn't look like anything. It looks like a straw, kind of like. It's just a big green, like, it just looks like greenery. But it was expensive. I bought it as a small plant, and it took off. So now it's taken over the whole kind of courtyard area. But in order to harvest the vetiver, I would have to kill it, because I would have to take its root system. So that's how you harvest it. You don't use the tops of the plant. You use the root system underneath. And literally, you can grab pieces of the root, rip it off, and just put it on a charcoal disc, and the whole room is full of vetiver. It's really incredible. So yeah, if you have access to vetiver root, you have access to something really special. We have had it and then ground it and put it into incense before, for you. So vetiver comes up in our perfumes. When I started my career as an artisan perfumer with Sage Goddess 14 years ago, because I'd been making perfume since I was 16. Since I took that class with my mom, I just kept making perfume, but I would do it for like myself, friends, family, things like that. When I really developed this as a career, one of the things I learned is there's certain ingredients that are used in popular men's cologne, like patchouli, like oak moss, like vetiver, right? Yeah. But they're almost never used in women's perfumes and colognes in the US because they're considered too masculine. And that was like an aha moment for me. Like, oh, no wonder I don't like women's perfumes. I don't enjoy them. Like, I can't go to Macy's or whatever and have fun in the perfume aisle because it all smells like candy apples and bad life choices. It just doesn't pretty smell like
there's no depth,
like anything deep. And so, but I'm a vetiver, oak moss, patchouli, oud kind of girl, right? So, yeah, we did have a bundle of vetiver before for you. We do not have that anymore.
I have a funny story about that. So when we got the sample in, we were testing it out, and oh, you know what? It worked real well. So well, I had to run it outside the building.
Once you light vetiver root on fire, you kind of have to let it burn, honey. Let's see. I just want to make sure that I can see whatever you need. Let me know. I'm trying to track the comments, and then maybe if the moderators see anything that you guys want to call our attention to, and let me know.
Lena said 8-ball oud.
8-ball oud. I think that desert oud is what got you and the boyfriend together. Really? Ooh. Like, that's a fun story. I do like to know. Like, I have had people write in and say, my child was conceived to me burning X, Y, or Z, and I'm like, that's rad. I love that.
Most perfumes are heavy on the gourmand. That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
Like, vanilla is in almost every base when someone comes and brings me perfume. Can you recreate this? And I look at the base. Let me guess.
It's vanilla. Yeah, but vanilla is beautiful. Vanilla Moon is one of my favorite SG perfumes of all time. It's just vanilla and patchouli, but it's got real vanilla beans in it, and it's sexy.
So ours is real vanilla. And what I noticed in a lot of modern perfumery, because it's a lot more cost-effective to create or isolate, rather, the vanillin is one of the main compounds you're going to find in vanilla bean. That's what's going to lend the fragrance, the flavor. And so they'll isolate that and then use it in a lot of modern fragrances because it also has sometimes a long throw and longevity as far as the fragrance goes.
I was going to say shelf life too,
but
it's stable.
Yeah, it's stable. But what's really cool about natural and artisan perfumery, especially what Athena and I do, utilizing the essential oils, when you strip that away and you get to what the core is, you kind of lose the nuance that you find in these perfumes. There's a reason vanillin does not smell like vanilla absolute, because there are trace minerals that are components that Mother Nature will input to give it body. So even the essential oils, well, you'll hear us talk about there are base notes, heart notes, top notes. The essential oils themselves will go through phases like that too. You'll smell something at the top because of the trace components, and then after 2 hours, it's the heart, and then finally the base of that one component. And that just goes to show how beautiful Mother Nature is.
I love hearing her talk about that. You know, one of the reasons I thought this would be cool for us to do together is that kind of learning is really important. And we're losing track a little bit of some of these practices, you know, of understanding the architecture of scent, right? It isn't just, oh, this smells good with this smells, you know, like people will give us ingredients like I want, and they'll list off 3 heart notes. And my first thought is, okay, you got to have a top note in there somewhere. And then what's it going to dry down to, right? If you don't give it a base, a foundation, and that's what a lot of department store perfumes do, right? They're all kind of heart notey, but then they're gone after an hour. And that's because they don't have a base or fixative. And so the patchouli, the vetiver, the oak moss, the oud, these are fixatives. And so what they're going to do is make for a longer lasting perfume too. And people, we want that, right? Without putting preservatives and things in there that we don't want.
There was a comment I saw Elena mentioning that when you strip it away and you get down to the component, it strips away the magical properties too. And that's, in my opinion, right.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the fragrance hitting you. You're not connecting with that raw material. You're not connecting with that natural material.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very true. And scent does change as it dries down. And also scent changes because of your hormones, your pheromones. And so, you know, something will smell really, you know, like I have a lot of examples of this, but like I always wear the same patchouli. And then people will tell me, oh, I'm wearing your patchouli, and I smell it on them. And I'm like, doesn't smell the same on them as it does on me. And it can be the exact same perfume, but that's a function of the mix of the oils themselves with your pH, with your hormones and pheromones. And so it's you are your own canvas for how these scents are going to play. And so even if you have a perfume and you're wearing the exact same one as somebody else's, it's not going to smell the same on you. Oh, yes. I'm so glad that you got Honeymoon. And the other one I wanted to make sure we talked about with you today is called Honey, I'm Yours. If you love a spray perfume, you know, because a lot of what Hannah and I do is oil-based. I like oil-based perfumes myself personally, but there is a time and a place for an alcohol-based perfume. And that's what Honey, I'm Yours is. This is a fun perfume. If you haven't seen this one yet, this is one to get. It is a limited edition one, and so I think we have a few dozen bottles left of it. This is honeysuckle with honeycomb, heliotrope, and vetiver. And this is kind of what we've been talking about, right? Like the three H oils came together, and then we were like, so what's it going to drop down to?
Yeah, where are we going with it? Yeah.
So the idea here is that heliotrope is the flower of the sun. Honeysuckle, and this is pure honeysuckle absolute in this blend, which is, if you've smelled honeysuckles, you've fallen in love, right? Or we can't be friends. Honeysuckle is one of my favorite scents in the whole world. And then honeycomb, which gives it that really rich honey aspect to it. It's not honey forward, but I would say if anything, it's honeysuckle forward. But it dries down to vetiver.
So one thing I want to mention, because it is a spray perfume, it's going to smell slightly a little different from when we created it, from when it was first.
Yeah. It has deepened, actually, and I really...
Because the oils, they've had time now to sit and marry. That's what I was most excited for, because, you know...
You guys are going to freak out over this one. This will become like a cult favorite once people get theirs and they're feeling it. Yeah. Do you love it? Lisa got it already. Tell me, Lisa. So was it, you know, I always love when someone gets a perfume. We've talked about it. We've told you the story, and we give you the ingredients. You can kind of have a sense of what you're getting into. But like, was it immediately what you expected? How did it hit your nose? Because honeysuckle, I have so many childhood memories of honeysuckle. Right, my grandmother taught me that, you know, if you pull out the little stamen in each one, there's one drop of honeysuckle juice, and you can see it sitting there. And how much good luck it was to get that one drop. So we would all fight over them, and I just love like thinking about things like that. What is the shelf life of SG perfumes? It's a great question. Most of them almost indefinite. Sometimes you'll smell one after a few years, and depending on the ingredients, you know, because essential oils do have a shelf life.
Yeah.
When you add jojoba, you extend the shelf life because jojoba has an almost indefinite shelf life. And then some oils like wolf with oak moss or patchouli or vetiver and others like that, they actually get better with age and they get more expensive.
Yeah.
Like people will sell you aged patchouli, aged oak moss, aged sandalwood because they get better with age. So
I was gonna say, there's sometimes when I'm up here, I will catch a whiff of your aged patchouli because
it's so good. And that one now is like 20 years old.
20. And that explains why I've yet to smell anything like it.
It's buttery. You know how some people don't like patchouli because it's kind of, I don't know, when it's fresh. I don't like fresh patchouli when it's young because there's an edge or a sharpness to it, and it's like, it's almost too much. It just hits you like a 60s head shop or something. When you have aged patchouli, which is most of what I work with now, at least 10-year aged, it's like it's been aging in an oak barrel, right? It's round, it's a little smooth, it's more buttery. It doesn't have that like head shop edge to it.
Yeah. Aged patchouli is some of my favorites to work with.
They were asking what the song is that we're listening to right now. I have playlists that I curate on. It is a good one. I have playlists that I curate. This playlist on SoundCloud, you can just look up Athena Paraka's SoundCloud, is called Return of the King. It's one of my favorite playlists. And this is a track by Rasueño, who is Moses' label, if you know who Mose is. And this is called Cacao Dance. But it's on the Return of the King playlist. So I'm glad you like it. Molded by Perfume, you want us to remake that? I think we could. You have a little bit of it left. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
We could do it, though. That's why Circe keeps this list, and then Hana and I get it, and we can kind of go through and start to rank and prioritize. It does take us a while because you got to realize it's her and me doing it, right? So it's like we got to figure out what oils do we have, what are the ingredients, what are the oils do we have, what container does this go in? Okay, we got to get the labels or figure that out. Like so, it's a couple week process for each song. But yeah, keep the recommendations coming. But I would say something like Wolf, something like Raven, something like Vanilla Moon. These have a lifelong You're going to use it all before it goes bad on you.
Yeah.
One thing I think is really cool. So my friend brought me back a little bit of tuberose. She had gone to Malaysia and she got tuberose absolute. I know. Like nothing you've ever smelled before. This was like last year. And so but tuberose, I know, does not last long. The oil has a short shelf life. So I did an experiment. I was like, if I added just a little bit of patchouli to this, not to overtake the fragrance, but just to extend the shelf life of it, because patchouli is a fixative. I'm telling you, it smelled beautiful, and it has not. In fact, it's gotten better with time. I saved a little bit off to the side that I did not add patchouli to, and it's rancid already. So you can actually do that if you get a really rare special essential oil that is gonna go bad on you. Add a little vetiver, a little amber, a little patchouli, a little sandalwood, like the fixatives, and it will actually extend the shelf life of it.
Yeah, I can't count how many like vetiver blends I have in my office right now.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Summon and all that. I know, I'm waiting on Summon too. She doesn't want to talk about Summon. She has PTSD from Summon because I'm like, I want the perfume, I want the candle, I want the this, I want the that. So we're working on it.
We're working on it. What we do have, I wanted to talk about the, yes.
Okay, and I want to talk about 1001 Nights because it's one of my favorite stories of all time.
Yes. So.
We make the bomb incense sticks, y'all. And my favorite way to burn them, is to put it in a plant.
We have. Yeah, I wanted to hear the story.
Okay, let me tell you the story about 1001 Nights. This is, and we have the Arabian Nights set too, which is the vanilla oud, and we'll get to that in just a second. 1001 Nights sticks. You get 12 of them for $11 at sagegoddess.com. We're working on it. We're working on getting that amber back, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes. Do you remember the amber?
The amber.
Do you apothecary members remember the amber? That's sex amber. Somebody will want to lick that off of you. We're working on it.
I wonder if we're throwing amber off every time we say amber.
Oh, sorry, Amber.
Love you, Amber.
I'm talking about the resin. Yeah. You put Belinda, I read that's what I do. I put them in my pants. I'm like, oh my God, Belinda's over there burning incense in her pants. What's that like?
Cold.
Anyway, she's burning the incense stick. Do you guys know how to light an incense stick? There's no dumb questions. I always think, like, where would you go if you didn't know? You light the end of a stick. This is the bottom. How do you know the bottom? This is not the burny part. This is the burny part. Okay, so this is the part that goes in the plant or goes in the holder. You light this part, let it catch a flame, and then you can either wait for it to blow itself out, because it will, or you can blow it out, and then it starts to burn down. And you see that white tip? That's just ash now.
Yeah.
So as it's burning down, it's releasing. Can you see the smoke? It's releasing the smoke. So I think of incense sticks as magic wands, right? You can open a circle with them of energy. You can go corner to corner of a room with this, right, to balance and clear the energy.
And I love the smell of this one. We have musk, amber oud, and ambret seed. And this...
It's got everything. I mean, ambret seed is gorgeous, super rare, very expensive. Oud and ambret seed are like two of the most expensive. Amber family, or, you know, as we call the Orientals, which is still a category in perfume. We didn't make it up, so don't, you know, I know it's not my favorite word, but that's what it's called. Here's the story of 1001 Nights. Okay, so I was inspired to make this. This is one of those, like, I came up with an idea because I was teaching my students about Scheherazade. Do you know who Scheherazade is? She's a very smart, sexy lady. So King Shahryar, this is the story, right, of Arabian Nights. His wife betrayed him, right? And so I'm pretty sure he had her killed. And then, this is not like a cute story, but it's a sexy story. So she was out, and then he was like, I want to remarry, but I'm going to remarry a new wife every day and then kill her at the end of the day so she doesn't have a chance to betray me. Arabian Nights. I'm not making this up, okay? I don't.
Story. No, that's
you know, not everything is Disney, y'all. Okay, this never quite made it to a theater near you, right? And then one day walks in Scheherazade. Okay, beautiful, right? Beautiful, smart, witty, funny, and he was like, "Oh, this is my woman now." But she knew what was happening to the other wives. And so there are certain oils associated with Scheherazade, like amber and ambret seed and all these things. So that's why this is an oudi ode to Scheherazade. That her way of avoiding her own death was to tell him a story every day and then leave him hanging so that she had to come back the next day and continue the story. So he's like, well, I can't kill her tonight because, I mean, cliffhanger, right?
Leaving me hanging.
And she's like, oh, no, little boy, I'll be back tomorrow to tell you the rest of the story. And so for 1001 nights, Scheherazade kept the party going and stayed alive. And then I think the story goes eventually, you know, it's like happily ever after. 1001 Nights, he's like, you know what, I don't want to kill you after all. I love you. Yay, we lived happily ever after. I don't want to kill you anyway. Yeah, I'm telling you the Cliff's Notes version. That would get you an F on your college exam if you were writing about it, but there's a lot of details in between. But that is the upshot of 1001 Nights.
I recently listened to the audiobook of that one.
Did you?
And then there's like, so you know how when they, like an older story,
this is like
they'll
coming directly at you. Let me like, yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with it. You can set me up. That's okay.
It's so good, you guys.
Okay. So you guys joke around that I always smell like something when I come up here, so it's fine.
Today it was vanilla coconut hair situations. Dream Activation Mist.
Oh, that one was a good one. That was, I want to say Blue Lotus and Elevator.
Lena's mentioning the 1001 Nights candle. I burned mine down. That was one of my favorite candles of all time at SG. Tatawari, which you can't talk to any of us about Tatawari. Like, even Rachel's like, Tatawari, we need to make it again. That was Palo Santo and cinnamon, and that's divine.
I have like 20 of the tea lights for Tatawari at my house, so I'm good for a little while.
Oh my God. It is so good. And you know, what's really amazing is it's not meant for the holidays. Tatawari is grandfather fire in the indigenous shamanic traditions. But at Christmas time, it smells like Christmas.
Yeah.
It really does. It's like super cinnamony, and then the Palo Santo, something happens between Palo Santo and cinnamon. The cinnamon sweetens it, because you know how Palo Santo is kind of sharp?
So
I'm gonna put this out, by the way. So I'm
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
teach you how to put an incense stick out, because it's kind of like a cigarette. You don't need to burn the whole thing, and this is why 12 sticks, if done right, will last you a lifetime. You just take your incense stick like this, like I told you, just like a cigarette. Take the ash off. And you just want to twist it until it's not lit anymore. And you can tell whether it's smoking or not anymore. It still is smoking a little bit. You can also put sand in a bowl and do the same thing. You know, whatever works for you.
I like collecting the ashes when we make our black salt.
I do too. I know you can't really do that. The other thing I like about this burner, you guys, candidly, is I store my charcoal discs in here. So that when I need a charcoal disc for an incense blend, if I do need one, I can pull it out of there, put that in, and then light it and go. So you don't have to have like 3 different jars or canisters or containers. So Dream Activation Mist sounds like a very popular request, by the way.
Might have to bring that one back.
I know. It's good for us to know, because again, we have our favorites too, and we're reading your list and stuff.
I think I'm down to my last bit of it too, because I'll spray it on my pillow. The dreams have been quite interesting every time I do use it. One thing I wanted to mention about the vanilla oud is cut with mako.
Okay. That's
They
great.
don't need a charcoal.
Yeah.
If, you don't want to use it.
Yeah.
I like charcoal, so I can do the little salt bay with my incense. It's more of just motion for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so what that means is when we send you a powdered incense, did you guys see Queen of Heaven?
Oh.
Can we show them that? This is available on Etsy too. This is my favorite incense we've made for you recently. It has 2 ingredients in it from a man named David who helped me build the Elder Council perfume before he died and before I left the San Francisco Bay Area a long time ago. So I can't recreate this because it's got his Queen of Heaven. It's actually his Shekinah and his Asherah blends in here, but we called it Queen of Heaven. It's meant to represent your ascent, right? Because my students were learning about the descent of Inanna. So it's got all the things. It's got mugwort and mullein and white sage and everything in there, but it also has 2 really special ingredients. So, okay.
I just want to let you guys know I opened it and
Yeah. I had a little bit of it in the car that I was bringing home, and the whole car smelled like it was something else.
So I love Inanna's story.
I do too.
When you were retelling it, and then just kind of reading up on it myself too, the whole idea of kind of shedding so that it's easier to ascend.
That's right. And sometimes that's necessary. Sometimes you have to release and let go of things in order to be light enough to move on to whatever's next for you. And it's not easy, but we do it. Okay, so let's talk about, where do you want to go next?
Ooh, we talked about the candle. What don't we talk about?
Yeah, we do have. So for $1 on sagegoddess.com. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's part of our 75% off sale. The Palo Santo is $1 for a stick, and the white sage bundles are $1.75. This is a good time. So everything on sagegoddess.com that we didn't just make brand new is 75% off with code MAGIC75.
Yeah.
So when there are things on the website that aren't 75% off, the code doesn't work. It's because they're new. And these weren't new. So these qualify. To get a wrapped white sage bundle for $1.75 and to get a Palo Santo stick for $1 is really, really good. So if you have other things in your cart at sagegoddess.com, while we have that sale, so MAGIC75, what's your code? MAGIC75. What's your code? MAGIC75.
MAGIC75.
How much is your discount? 75%. Oh, it's magic. Oh, MAGIC75.
Magic.
Because you'll be on the site later going, dang it. It is on the site. So again, if you're paying attention, but even me, you can put a sign right in front of me and I'll go, where was I supposed to turn? So MAGIC75.
And again, for $1 a piece, I too am stocking up on these.
And it's sustainably harvested. Yeah, so that's important, right? We've talked about these things before.
What's really cool, I've noticed, especially in some of the pieces that I got, when it burns, there's a bit of like the sap of the resin of Palo Santo wood in there. It's like an extra little treat.
It is. Yeah, no, Palo Santo and white sage have been used for thousands of years for ceremonial cleansing and preparation for ceremony. The smoke of both is antibacterial, antimicrobial, and antifungal. So it actually is a healing remedy, inhaling the smoke, can help prevent a cold or a flu, can minimize the symptoms. Definitely a lot of white sage Palo stuff going on during COVID, right? Very good for clearing upper respiratory infections. And so it's a good time for us to return to our roots of our practice at that time. You got distracted. How do you use powder incense? You want us to show you one more time? Because it's cool. And, again, like some of you are new to some aspects of this. Like maybe you've been using incense sticks for 100 years, but powdered incense is new for you. It is my favorite. I just love powdered incense. And actually, let me show them something. Yeah. I'm so glad you asked, Krista. So let's say we just burned it, right? Yeah. So it looks like this right now. This isn't done. Okay, it's burned out. But what you want to do, see the black? How there's some black and some brown? Okay, the black isn't going to light again, but the brown is. Okay, so anywhere it's brown, you can relight before you add more. And you light it until it's lit. The Mako powder is an incendiary agent. It's odorless. It doesn't affect the scent of the incense, but it allows you to light it on its own, on any heat-proof surface. And so you just light it again, and then now you can see there's little orange places, right, where it's still burning. Can you see it? The camera might not pick it up, but there's little orange places where it's burning. And so that's why you were kind of watching me move it around, because the more, see how when I move it, it starts to burn again? So you just can keep relighting it and keep relighting it. And then when everything is black or has fallen through to the bottom of the burner, that's when you add more. But sometimes you can come back and just relight it and keep going. So when we do powdered incense for you, like we did the Queen of Heaven and like we did the oud incense that she has over there, those are made, when she said that's made with Mako, that's why we're telling you that you don't need a charcoal disc. Yeah.
I'd end up adding more just because I like...
I do like a big... She and I are both pyromaniacs, so it's like, isn't that cute? I like to make it look like I'm trying to burn the place down.
Yeah, and we'll sit there, we're fine. Everyone else may be a little nervous. Me and Athena, this is great.
Me and Hanalei are looking around the room like, there's a reason this won't go out. Which one of you is the reason, right? For the season. So I think that, let's talk about the loose leaf sage though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was something special for my birthday, and we don't have a lot of it left. But it was important to me. So Sage Goddess began with sage 14 years ago in July. And it actually started before that because I had become really connected with white sage medicine in my early 30s, before SG. Never intended to make bundles or start a company with it at all. So for my 36th birthday, I had found this couple who grow organic white sage near where I lived. It's actually along the Mexican border, out past San Diego toward Anza Borrego. Okay, and so I went out and spent my birthday with them. And they took me around their white sage farm, and he had built his own distillery to distill the oil. Basically what happened was they bought this property, and it was 20 acres. And so it was like years before they walked the whole 20 acres. You've got 20 acres, that's a lot of land. So they were out looking at the petroglyphs on the property and all these other cool things, and they noticed there were white sage plants growing. And so they cut a little bit, started exploring it, getting interested in it, learning the history of it, and he is... somebody who wanted to learn how to grow it. So he propagated it. Yeah, so this is their white sage from their farm. We asked for my birthday, in honor of coming back to the roots of SG, if we could have them just ship us leaves of their white sage. And their leaves are huge, right? Their plants are mature and really healthy, and we mixed it with a couple of other things. And then we put it in this sweet little glass dish for you with the tassel. Yes.
So this has the organic white sage, the patchouli, a bit of rosemary in there too. But it's also been anointed with the same notes that you're going to find in sacred prayers. The tobacco, the tonka, and the vanilla. couldn't read that word.
And the truth is, you only need one leaf of white sage to clear a room. Like, people will just burn and burn and burn, and it's like, what are you doing, right? This is a sacred plant. So giving you a little dish like this of single leaves teaches you to work with white sage in a different way. And even this, I'm going to tell you, is too much for this room, so I'm going to put it out. And again, the way you do that is you just take a heat-proof surface and see how that was just ash, and put it out. So that one leaf can finish the rest of its work for us on a different day.
That wasn't even half the leaf.
Wasn't. Doesn't take much. So yeah, I'm really glad you got it, and it is the real authentic deal. Their sage has become USDA certified organic, and it's sustainable. They pray over it. He's an amazing engineer. He built his own irrigation system, because white sage, if you water it from underneath, it will rot. But because it's used to getting desert random pineapple shower rainfalls kind of through the day, and so if you don't give it an overhead kind of sprinkle, and so he built his own irrigation system to water it the right way.
You can see the care they put into their sage too, especially when they ship it to us. I love unwrapping it. That's one of my favorite things, because it's just kind of hitting me one time.
And the feeling of the fresh sage is like, it's velvety, and you can tell
that is good sage.
I do grow white sage at home. My dad, and we have a plant growing here too, that my dad also fell in love with it when I started teaching him about it, and my dad learned how to grow it from seed. So I have seedlings here, and then I have a bunch of seedlings around my garden at home that have grown.
One of my favorite things is I don't burn through all of the bundles that we make by hand, and so I'll get a few of the leaves too, and I'll add it to the simmering pot sometimes.
That's smart.
If I want to clear, and then the water itself, you don't throw, if you do simmering pots, if you do spirit, you don't throw it away. You can clean your floors with it.
Yes, sure can.
Cleanse it energetically.
Add it to your bath water.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever are throwing away your herbs and stuff, please call me and Hannah. There should be a 1-800 hotline. 1-800, please don't. And
we'll give you 5 to 10 different ways.
We will.
Utilize. Yeah.
Aw, I love that. Krista said, can I just say thank you for being here to you? Your energy is incredibly calming and soothing to my central nervous system.
Lava. I appreciate that, because I will be very honest, I was so nervous before. I get like pre-show jitters, and so I'm kind of overthinking and freaking myself out. But
which probably almost everybody does or would do, right?
But I will say it's you're right. Every time I'm on camera with you, we just flow. We just go.
Yeah, I'm always like, come on, girl.
This
is just what's already in your head, because she's so knowledgeable. But yeah, thank you for that. It's really nice to hear when you're live from someone to say something like that, and just to express appreciation. So I think that's lovely.
Yes. Again, lava means thank you in my language.
I love that. So yeah, cheers, you guys. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. I think for us, I would like to continue it, because I double clicked on, I wanted to talk about rose, tonka bean. Like, I just thought, wouldn't it be fun if we drained our brain on 3 or 4 different ingredients each time? I mean, not to do these all the time, but
I think so. Not intentional, but it happened anyway. This one kind of themed itself out with the oud. So many products have oud in it, and so it was a beautiful opportunity for Athena and I to talk about where is it harvested, how it's harvested, and so doing deep dives like that I think would be super fun, because I have 10 billion things to tell you about sandalwood.
Yeah, she can do a whole sandalwood TED Talk for you. So I know, I really think this is cool, and in my experience, I consume social media, right? I follow everybody, and I watch the reels and stuff, and I know you do too. I don't see a lot of broad education about herbs and oils. I think it's still kind of the missing link. You see a lot on crystals, but not as much here. And part of what I wanted to tell you, like, I did want to get to my double dive on patchouli. Do we have anything else with patchouli in it?
I don't know. Manifestation.
Okay, because I'm like, why did I choose to write on my notes about patchouli? So I'm going to let you show them that, and I'll talk about patchouli for a second. This is the only other note I wanted to talk about today. I thought for our inaugural Aroma Talk, like, at least I should talk about my favorite oil of all time. And then we can also make sure that Hannah has a chance to showcase her favorite oil of all time. Manifestation Mist, which is finally back in stock, is the original formula. So those of you who've been waiting for it, you have no excuse you need to go open a separate tab. So everything that we're showing you, if you're just joining us, we love that you're here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're doing a lot of fun things on YouTube now. So subscribe before you leave. These are all things on sagegoddess.com, but they're limited. So if you're seeing something while we're live, you should go and check out with it in your cart while you're there. And then, like I said, I would, if you're shopping today, if you get something today or Saturday or Sunday, we're going to take note of your order, and one of you is going to win a custom perfume made by me for you, which I don't do anymore. So that's kind of cool. That's like a $200 value. I'll make you anything you want. So happy shopping. But I want to talk about patchouli for a second. So patchouli, Pagostemon cablin is the Latin name. One of the things I wanted to focus on, when you research patchouli, it's always about grounding and stability, sometimes with money and abundance. But do you know what the original link was for patchouli with wealth and abundance? Because a lot of people don't know, and I think it's a rad story. It's the Silk Road. Mm-hmm. So when Indian, a lot of patchouli's history is rooted in India. When Indian textile makers were producing silks and cashmeres for wealthy clients in different parts of the world, and they were using the Silk Road as a trade route, which I've always found the Silk Road fascinating. If I had endless time and energy, I would write a book about the Silk Road, because the stories from the Silk Road are fucking nuts. Like, they're really interesting. But did you know, so they would wrap their textiles in patchouli leaves and with patchouli leaves. This is how it started. So they were sending these textiles on the Silk Road to wealthy customers, only the wealthy people, like wealthiest, could afford silk and cashmere, right? Even today, silk and cashmere are expensive. But do you know why they put patchouli leaves in the silk and cashmere?
I may have an idea, but why?
It prevents moths. Moths hate patchouli. It's one of the reasons people have always asked me, you have this huge closet, you never get moth holes. Like, do you have moth balls? And I'm like, no, but my house is doused in patchouli. If you're a moth, let me tell you that my house is probably the last. I've never seen a moth in my house. So it literally, if they would wrap their textiles for these really wealthy customers, and then when the wealthy customers got the textiles, y'all, they were like, what is this smell? Okay. And if they sold those textiles, it became like, it's the wealthy scent. This is the scent of money, because it was what these really expensive fabrics were wrapped in. So that's the lineage around wealth with patchouli, because eventually a very high net worth clientele wanted to secure not just the leaves, but the oil. And that's when the distillery started forming, and patchouli became more widely distributed, right? It's a great story about why patchouli with money. So, and the other side of it is that manifested wealth for India. I mean, the opening of the Silk Road and the capacity for Indian suppliers to create and then distribute these materials outside of India was a game changer for the economy. So that's why we talk about manifestation too, because that was one of the wishes. Like, how do we get these things into the hands of people who can afford them? So putting patchouli in your closet, even if you don't like the smell, just to avoid, dealing with moths.
And I'm convinced if you don't like patchouli, you probably don't have the right patchouli, so...
Yeah, we could change your mind. Hannah and I could change your mind.
It's great.
I would tie you down and anoint you until you said, yes, this smells good, and then I would release you. I would say you would not want to spend any time with me or at my house, because everything smells like patchouli.
My closet still smells like patchouli, because that one time, so when we were restocking Athena's favorite patchouli, I had an accident and spilled someone on the dress that I was wearing.
Oops.
We
We have those accidents all the time. I have been known to just sit there and pour oil on the carpet in a room that doesn't smell good.
I just remembered this too.
Oh yeah, Athena in a bottle.
Has the patchouli in it.
You can get patchouli plants. They're hard to find. I always tell you, there's some cool folks on Etsy, who sell rare and exotic plants. And I think it's great for us to support them, right? So every once in a while, when I'm looking for a rare plant, I will go to Etsy and find somebody good who's got them rooted. It's a good place for you to go. Okay, so we tried to capture me in a bottle. This is what I smell like. So it's called Athena in a bottle. But it really is like the prettiest combination of oils. And it is my 3 favorite. I was looking at the quantity that we have left because I wasn't sure. Is this on here?
I think we just added this.
Oh, did you just add it in?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how many of this we have. This is rose, but like a special rose.
Yes.
With champaka and patchouli. And it really is like my scent. This is what I put on every single day. It's a triplicate rose that we put in here, so it's 3 different roses.
I love smelling it, because so oftentimes you'll see me smell it because I'm the one pouring it in sometimes. And so kind of when it's freshly made versus it's been allowed some time, like I said, for it to marry and to sit with each other.
And that rose was like blood red. Like when
Yes.
you
That
guys
triplicate
poured
rose, yeah. So
Yes.
it's very, very expensive, that red rose oil. If you want just the rose oil, I have that on Etsy. It's called Pure Rose. I diluted it a little bit, but not very much. So it's still like sort of a dark pink color. So you can get just the triplicate rose on Etsy, and we have the links to that. If you're ever trying to get just to the Etsy shop where a lot of the skincare products and stuff are, you can just Google Athena's Lair Etsy, and the first link will come up, and then you can look under skincare.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I think I fell in love with this one because the champaka you gave me. You distilled that yourself, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, that's a mixture of some old red champaka from SG that we had that I had managed to keep, and then I grow champaka in my garden, and it's not always easy to distill your own flowers into oil, right? Sometimes it's really weak.
Yeah.
But champaka is different. And I get enough flowers where I can make, it's usually 1 or 2 batches a year. I made 2 this year, so people can buy just the champaka too that I make. But this is a fusion of that champaka with that rose and my aged patchouli, my dark patchouli. So there's nothing like it.
I like that you brought up like the florals. It's not all of them will go through steam distillation. Oftentimes that's kind of the main method you'll find, where the leaves and branches and twigs, the hardier things in nature, most of them will be fine going through that extraction. But you'll find delicate florals, and I'll just bring up again that enfleurage method that I was talking about. They would grow literal fields of this so that they can pick it and then dip it and let it sit into the animal fat. And this is a daily thing they have to do. So just so that if it wilts too long and then it kind of ruins the formula, and it just to capture that.
Yeah.
I think there's a certain kind of jasmine that actually goes through that method.
Yes, for sure.
It's, again, anything that's super delicate and will not survive in a distiller.
Yeah. It's true. And it's sometimes the waxier petals, you would think they would be really strong, but sometimes they're not. Champaka is regional, yeah. So I randomly have champaka trees. The big one that I have at home that just produces all the flowers, she's almost 40. She actually is 40 years old at this point. It was a gift. And they're from Southeast Asia. I was able to get 2 small champaka trees, and they're growing outside in our yard here at the shop. So I'm really excited. We will have our own champaka flowers. What's cool about that, I'm going to tell you the story because it'll tell you how intense it is. When my champaka tree blooms, my neighbors, there's a baseball field in front of my house, so there's houses on the other side. They can smell it.
Wow.
It's that strong. And so I'll see them out walking, and they're like, Athena! They always call it my jasmine, right? Because then, but there's, your jasmine's blooming. I can smell it. We all walk by and just inhale, which is really cool. It's that strong. Yeah. So anyway, it's special. Instead of animal fat, can you use Crisco for what?
The enfleurage method.
Oh, for enfleurage? Yeah, you can use Crisco. I mean, I don't know. You should try it.
Fat, really, but you would want to be mindful too of like its shelf life.
Yeah.
I know back home they'll use the coconut oil because it is kind of solid, but it lends its own fragrance too if you're not cautious.
That's true. What about like
shea butter?
Shea butter.
Shea butter would be a good one because it's relatively neutral in scent, and I know Manoi butter actually is created using a similar method. It's the I want to say the tiare flower.
It's the tiare flower.
Yeah.
That's
like
actually
a Tahitian gardenia.
That might be really nice for enfleurage for like another jasmine plant,
Yeah.
right? Because then it would keep it coconut's going to lend that coconut scent to it, and if you don't want that, but the tiare, the Manoi butter that she's talking about, which is pretty widely accessible, it's MONOI, would be in the same scent family, and so it might be a really nice base for enfleurage. I haven't tried it.
One of my favorite combos that we did was when we first launched the Floral, and we're like, we need it back. So we launched the Manoi butter and Floral duo because, baby, let me tell you, that was
Maybe we should do
Game
that
over.
again. Yeah, we clearly have favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could grow in your house, or if you Amazon's got rad, shitty, but cheap little mini greenhouse options, and that's what I would recommend. You know, I mean, they're kind of shitty, but they do the thing, right? So if you're just trying to keep your plants protected and you get these crazy temperature fluctuations, the main thing is getting enough sunlight for champaka. So yeah, we're here for all these questions. This is fun. And I don't know if you've seen, I've shared some little videos and pictures, but we moved into this building, and one of the things I loved about it is the whole front. There's a huge yard. And I was like, oh my God, raised beds, right? So we put mature fruit trees in, and all kinds of herbs and vegetables, and champaka trees, and 3 different kinds of lavender, and so bananas and roses. And so we're growing all the things out front, and it's really fun to have our own garden finally.
I'm out there sometimes just chilling.
It's nice.
It's so funny when the members are like, oh, I just, I need a break. You want to go in the garden?
Let's go in the garden.
Go around in the garden.
I'm building he leveled around the tree so that I can put a sectional out there with a table, and I'm going to hang chandeliers because there's a plug out there, so I can wire a chandelier into the trees.
So it sounds like all of our ideation meetings will be out there in the garden.
Yeah. I'm really excited. You're interested in blending. Okay, well, we are going to blend, and it's about that time because it's 4:45. Also, let's see if there's anything else we had planned to talk to you about before we get there. We talked about, no, we covered, the Arabian Nights set. Let's just show them that really quick, and then we're blending live with you, and then you're going to be able to purchase the perfume. How are they doing that?
So the listing's there already.
Okay.
I have a bit of a proto here because Bruce, with that beautiful artwork, was able to create this.
That's rad.
Yes.
Look at this, you guys. This is a prototype of the perfume you're buying today.
Ooh, hello, Lighty. Maybe if I move this. Oh, no.
Yeah, just put your hands behind it. There you go. Aw, so it's that gorgeous art that I love so much. I love how the purple cat picks up the purple tonka flowers, too. Would you leave smelling of me? Yes. Well, if you put that Athena in a bottle, there's a scrub of it too, by the way, which is rad. It's the same texture as the scrub we made in Sacred Circle. If you're part of Apothecary. Which, by the way, if you're not in my online classes, you should consider joining. Apothecary is my class in herbs and oils and resins. And next week is session 4 for August. We're in my kitchen every session 4. And we cook and we make bath and body products together for that session. And there's 3 other classes. So we only have 2 months left. I would love to have you. We have August, September, and October. So we have 3, but after this month, we have 3 months left. But you could always join today and then be there for session 4 in the kitchen next week, and then watch the recordings of the first 3. We've had a great time this year, this month. Okay, so let's talk about the ouds real quick, and then we'll blend.
Yes. Recap on the ouds.
Oh, but this is the 1000 Arabian Nights set. Do you?
Oh yeah, that was with the vanilla oud.
Oh, did we show them the vanilla oud?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then we're gonna do that. Okay, never mind.
Okay,
that was the one. Okay, we did it. Yay!
and we are ready.
We are ready to blend. It's our favorite thing to
trying
do.
to figure out what would be the best way to show you blending. Maybe if I come hither
Are we measuring?
with our hearts and our spirits.
She's the measurer. She is. She's the scientist who keeps the, free-range chicken on target with, being able to recreate things.
I chose intuition today.
Okay, let's go with intuition. Okay.
So this is the mother bottle that we made the original blend in. So you'll smell that, and you'll see that I
love
took
that.
the vanilla bean down there.
Okay. See the vanilla beans? Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that your cats are watching. My cats love all this stuff. Or my cat and my dog, my animals, they love scent. If I put on anything, if I put on something on my cuticles, or if I'm putting my perfume on or whatever, and they burrow into my clothes and stuff, animals just love our scents. And part of it is it's home for them. So whatever scent you wear, they love it because it's you. Yes, Chris Ann, I did save plants from the old SG location. I took my dad's white sage plant. I was able to take the plumeria plant that one of our beautiful customers had given us. I was able to save the jasmine plant from out there. And I took some banana pups. I'm very happy because everything is rooted and thriving and made the transition well and safely. So
I talk to our plants sometimes when I'm out there.
this is rad.
So we have the 3 main that we put in the original.
So this is tonka bean oil. That's what tonka looks like. Wish you had smell-o-vision. This is vanilla. That's what vanilla looks like. And this is your tobacco. And good lord.
Good lord, yeah, good lord.
Yeah, that's a lot of, that is probably $1,000 worth of tobacco absolute oil right there. Yeah, this ain't cheap, honey. This is probably about like maybe $100, $150 worth of tonka oil right here. So don't spill. I'm telling her that she never spills. But you know, when you look at these are not fragrance oils. This is the real deal. So one of the reasons why you guys are, attracted to these is they're vibrational, right? And that's why they're not just pretty, they're medicinal at the same time. This is like leftover of the original blend that she used to make the candles. So this is the same blend. And Lynn, I wish I could stick your face in there because that just smells like everything you want in your life.
I have accidentally spilled every time I poured a candle. I just want you to know.
Oops. Yeah. Oops. Mm-hmm. The worst part is people will write to us and go, I got an order and I just want to buy that smell of my box. And I'm like, that's the smell of our building. And I don't know what it is. It's all the different things.
All the things.
Yeah, so I would love to make a building bottle, but I don't know what that would smell like. Okay, you want to begin? Sure. We should say a prayer and set an intention. So my intention is that everyone who works with this blend will connect with the energy of it, which is abundance, beauty, vanilla, wishing energy, right? Being able to make wishes and dreams come true. That's tonka. And prayer, reflection, and gratitude, most importantly, which is what tobacco brings. And may it bless their practice. Amen, aho, and so it is.
Amen, so it is. My prayer would be, may the ancestors bring clarity, because I like to use tobacco with my ancestors.
Yeah, me too.
And guidance.
I love that.
Amen,
and so it is. I do like that. And what I love too is that I always tell you, these oils are familiar to the spirits. The spirit world knows what vanilla smells like, what tonka smells like. Tobacco has been thousands of years, right? So, and if you're like, tobacco, what does that smell like? Tobacco Absolute is sweet and it's fruity. It is not, I'm not like putting an old cigarette in your perfume, right? This is like,
because it's extracted, sometimes they're fermented tobacco leaves, and so yes, the sweet, almost honey-like fragrance is meant there. Which I honestly, for me, can go both ways. It's either beautifully done, or now it's a little too sweet for my spirit.
Yeah. This one is nice. It's mellow. It almost has an aged quality to it. So we'll start with vanilla. Vanilla is sacred to Venus. I'm like, can I get in enough just to cover those vanilla beans on the bottom? And I think I can, or close.
Yes.
And we may be adjusting amounts and different things after this, but we wanted to make the mother bottle live with you guys. So this is just a recap. This is vanilla. She's got tonka bean, and then we're putting tobacco absolute in. There will be jojoba in this blend.
So I love tonka.
And this will have a lifelong shelf life. The oils that we're putting in are fixatives. So you will be done with this before it's done with you. Is the candle sold out? Marcia said she wanted the candle in it and she was too late. We will work on restocking it if it's sold out. And for those of you who are getting it, I hope you love it. Yep. We always swirl the bottle gently clockwise just to start to marry the notes and see how the balance is. What tonka does to vanilla, it candies it a little bit. It sweetens it. It lightens it a little bit too. Vanilla can be overpowering. I'm one of those people, I love vanilla, but I don't just want vanilla. The vanilla should be subtle. Like, oh, I think there's vanilla in there versus like, oh, that's vanilla.
I think I'm good with the tonka.
Are you?
The vanilla are doing.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if you want to add more.
This is how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
Any more and it's going to mask
Yeah.
the vanilla. So then from this, we will know the ratios to fill the bottle, right? So we're just figuring out proportions.
Because I measured out before when I put them into these bottles.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, oh, these are exactly the amounts we're going to put in. It's an authentic process. So yeah, if you're just joining, we're making a perfume live called Sacred Prayer. We had a candle version for you. This is one of the most important blends I think I've come up with since I took Sage Goddess back over in March. I wanted this, which is why I came to Hana, and I was like, we should make something for Sacred Prayer. This has tobacco in it, which is traditionally used for prayer. It's often called the first offering. So in any sacred ceremony, most common in indigenous practices, it's the first offering made to Great Spirit. Tonka bean is for making wishes, and wishes come true. And then vanilla is an aphrodisiac associated with Venus and beauty. It's for attraction and yeah. So tonka, Tonka bean oil is what we're working with.
You should do the tobacco.
Aww. This is the best part. So this is tobacco absolute.
I'm not sure if you guys can see, but like how dark that is.
I'm trying to blend it more in front of you. See that? It's like the best quality maple syrup. You see it? Yeah. It takes a lot of tobacco. We like to add tobacco last because it's super expensive, so we don't want to use more than we need to, but we got to make sure it's forward. You see what you think. Oh, the candles are still in stock, and the white sage and Palo Santo are still in stock. It may have sold out previously, and we put more in for today. So if you were looking for the Sacred Prayer candle or the white sage and Palo Santo candle, the links are up in the feed. Look for the gold box that says Sage Goddess, and that's where you'll find it.
I'm adding more because the candle, like I said, when you light it, that heat is what is pouring tobacco through.
There's 222 people watching live. That seems like a really cool omen. No. We do a lot with numerology here right now, so that's kind of cool.
Oh.
Is that it? Okay.
For me it is, but.
Yeah, it's there now. Yeah.
So this is the base of our Sacred Prayer.
Yep.
We have a couple of other ingredients if you would like to add. We have the anise, which is great for the purification and the protection.
Yep.
And I feel like with anise, that's... If you're unfamiliar, it's like a spice, and I feel it's going to sharpen it just a little bit, but it's not an abrupt sharpness, in my opinion.
It's licoricey, right? I mean, this is anise, so it's this is star anise, which is a distillation of have you seen anise stars? They're perfect stars, and that's another offering to Great Spirit. So this is kind of like every sacred offering in one bottle. Yay! Lynn got her candle. Get it, girl. It's fun if you're getting things, let us know so we can celebrate with you. And then it reminds me who has it so I can remember to come back and ask you what you think. Yeah, my concern, I know it is yours too, that it'll overtake it. Mm-hmm. I think I got enough in there. Where you again, it's there, but it's not. It'll be interesting to see how this one curates.
No, it's there.
Is it? Yeah, but not too much, right? It didn't.
Yeah, so when I'm smelling it, what I'm looking for is not, you're right, I can't really describe, it smells like, but rather, what does it feel like in the nose? And it's the sensation I'm looking for when I'm using a sharp note like anise it's there.
And it tightens it a little bit. Without anise and lavender are, these are top notes. And when you have to be careful with the top note, grapefruit's another top note. You put it in, and if you're not careful, now you have a lavender perfume.
Yeah.
Now you have an anise perfume. Fuck. Okay, why are these 9 other really expensive ingredients in there, and you can't smell any of them? So they hijack is the word I use. They can hijack your perfume real quick. So I'm always like drippy drop with your top notes, right?
Drippy
You can
drop.
go big with your base notes because you can always like balance it, but it's like salt. You can always add more, but you can't take it out. So if you screw with your top notes, yay, Marla got the white sage candle too.
I think that's so beautiful about the way we blend perfume.
Yeah.
'Cause I learned from you. I've seen a lot of modern perfumery. They'll start with their top notes and then go to the heart notes and then add a base. And I go, wouldn't it make more sense to figure out what it's going to smell like at the end?
Yeah, it's usually the reverse order. A little bit. And like I said, if you are adding stuff to your cart, I would consider adding a white sage bundle and a Palo Santo stick, just because they're $1 and $1.75, and we won't have them at that price again. And that's just because of our move. So it's not because there's anything wrong with them. It's just you guys getting a deal. Well, I'm still working out what we're doing for next year's program, so always open to your suggestions and ideas. I mean, I've got a thought form, but it's not fully fleshed out yet. Programs will be starting in November, and we'll be starting to talk about them in October, so open to all your ideas. So this perfume, if you want to purchase it, the one we just made the foundation for, so then what we'll do is we'll scale it up based on the proportion. Can I see the bottle again? You can purchase this, and you'll be the first to have Sacred Prayer perfume made by us today, which I think is really cool. You saw it live, and now you can you get to have one of the original bottles of it. And that is not Sacred Prayer perfume. That is jojoba oil. But we will be putting the real thing in yours. This is just a prototype so that we could build a listing for you. So these are at sagegoddess.com. Yay! Lynn said she's celebrating today because she won medals in the Veterans Art and Talent Show this week, and she's treating herself as you should. I'm very proud of you. I would love to know more about that. In-depth aromatherapy certification training. That could be cool. That could be very cool. I always like to teach what seem like kind of separate things, but put them together in a coherent structure. And so I like that idea a lot. Yeah, all the things. So thank you for your suggestions. Well, I hope you enjoyed today. We do. We were excited to bring it to you.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with you. I always learn. I always say it. Something new, some new.
Love blending with you.
Little bits
and
and
just,
pieces.
I joke around, but we're suffocating the people in the room with us. You're welcome.
Yeah, they
Timeshi.
I don't think they mind having to sit with all the intense smells that we just created. It smells really good in here. And we were talking about how fun these classes are because the building is starting to smell like us now. You move in and it smells like paint and previous tenants. And so now it smells more like SG was here. So, like I said, if I have to help it by pouring shit on the carpet, I will do that. But it would be nice if we could just
pour
blend.
it with you.
Oh, Michelle Martinez, it's your birthday today. Yay, darling. I love that. Yeah, I think it would be fun to
Happy
certify
birthday.
aromatherapists next year. That could be really, really fun and exciting. So we got to feel into that, and we'll talk about it. All right, so cheers. Like I said, everything that we've shown you tonight is on sagegoddess.com. Some things your 75% code will work on, most not, because anything that's new, right, we're having to buy the ingredients to make it, and it's all our time and our energy and stuff, right? So those things are at regular price, but your discount code works on anything that is not brand new, like this week. Anything we had when we moved, we're still letting you take 75% off of that. So what I tell people is use your code, but if you're like, it doesn't work on this thing, it's because that thing is new. Does that make sense? So, and thank you for being here. I want to see you tomorrow. I know it's a Saturday, but at 2:06 in the morning, overnight, the moon will be new in Virgo. And it was a lot this afternoon to try to fit in. Like, I'd be starting right now with new moon ceremony, and that was just a lot. So I'm going to be live with you tomorrow from 5 to 6 p.m. Team SG has the link to post for you to RSVP for our public free new moon ceremony. It's the last new moon before eclipse season. It's in Virgo, so it's going to have you nitpicking and, but we're focusing on work, health, and service with this new moon and new beginnings in those categories. And then my Wax and Wane class has an after party from 6:30 to 7:30, and you can sign up and register for that if you'd like, or just join us for the full moon or new moon ceremony on YouTube. Everything's happening here on YouTube, so that's why you want to subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss any of our classes and events. And cheers. You can do moon water. Yes, you can. You can do all the things. All the things. All right, guys, have a great rest of your Friday evening. Thanks for being here with us. If you're catching the replay, all of these products remain available for you at sagegoddess.com and also on Athena's Lair Etsy shop. So we hope you'll find both places.